I mean, I think that all romance novels, stories, movies, function on some level of, like, wish fulfillment. I think that everybody really wants to have, like, um, a literary love story, and I think that that's kind of what everyone's chasing, for better or for worse. I don't know if it's always a good thing, but I think that, I think especially that idea of, like, a missed connection, of, like, the what if, the sliding doors of it all. The, like, what if I had made that choice when I was that age instead of this choice? Where would I be now, and what would that look like, and what would that feel like? And to get to have another chance of doing that, I think is really seductive and compelling. And I think that these kind of stories, like, certainly understand that about human nature and our kind of, like, desire to know what the other option would have been. Something that I'm always interested in when I'm reading, something is everything that's kind of, like, happening not on the page, everything that's kind of, like, not said, and I think for Jenny, obviously, we have a ton of stuff that we only ever kind of get to put together after the fact, and I think that that's always, like, a fun acting assignment for me personally, and I think I'm always interested too in, like, why people make bad choices. I think that's something that I often explore in the characters that I play. I don't think I've ever played a character who was, like, doing great. McKenna's great, we actually have the same stylist, so I knew of her long before ever meeting her. Yeah, I mean, I think that I think that especially in the pieces that we see, in this movie with them together, um I think there's a real desire on Jenny's part to not have Clara make similar mistakes. I think that there's a real awareness of the weight of the choices that Jenny's made and the ways in which they're affecting her life and everyone else's lives. And I think it's always interesting as I get older and as I have younger friends and friends' babies and children to just kind of like to understand and, like, see the things that, like, really activate you into, like, trying to make that person not make that choice, you know? Like, it's always interesting to see, like, what those triggers are, and I think that we certainly see that for Clara and Jenny. Josh is great. I mean, he's been so, excited for us to kind of just, like, find a bunch of moments that are on the page. Like, I think that he has been very open to, us kind of taking the script and running with it, which is always fun, and to, like, really making it feel like these people have known each other forever and have existed in these spaces forever, and there's always something fun in the, like, kinetic energy of those kind of scenes where you're allowed to just be, like, talking over each other and talking past each other and, like, just finding what feels, really natural in those moments. That's not always the task, but I do think that, like, naturalism is, like it definitely seems like something that Josh is really interested in, and that's a fun thing to find on set with everyone. It's certainly gonna be a movie that people cry in. I think it's certainly gonna be a movie in which people feel complicated emotions towards, Chris and Jenny. I think that there'll be some complicated feelings about Claire's love for those 2 characters. Hopefully, there's some, like, real funny stuff in it too. I think there's some, like, really funny scenes and character moments, and, I think it's got a lot of things that will appeal to a lot of different people for different reasons.